This is a German vessel, and judging by its size, it actually looks like it could be a patrol craft. So you see there's the German naval ensign, and there in the center is actually the ship's insignia, which I believe is a deer with an antler on it, and the ship's anchor. I can see in the center now the ship's gun, so that would probably be an anti-aircraft gun, and the ship's bridge with their probably their navigational radar on top. You actually can notice there's a Danish flag on top of the ship. I believe that it's custom for these type of ships to, while they're in a foreign country, to fly the foreign flag, while they're at a foreign port, to fly the flag of the foreign country. So this is a Danish port, and they're flying a Danish flag, even though this is a German ship. But yeah, there's the bow, the anchor, there's some buoys that are being used as cushions. You can see the gangplank in the background. And just looking at the ship's depth gauge, it looks like it's drawing 24 centimeters of water. So it would be a shallower draft than the other ships I saw the other week. And there's the ship's anchor. Another view of the ship's gun and the ship's bridge. Some cables in the windows of the ship's bridge, and a giant antenna to the right of the navigational radar. And you can see the ship's mast in the background. And there's the ship's nameplate. So it's the Bad Rappenau. I'm probably butchering the name because I don't speak German. And there's an insignia with a horse with a black stallion to the left of it. That's probably the ship's insignia. There's a look over the ship's decking and with the gun. And you can see a few crew members are standing by the gangway. They're in winter attire. And that life vest there is actually, I believe it's a dummy that they might be using for like practicing rescue. So this is probably a ship that they send out to do rescue and that type of thing. You can see a couple of barrels on the side of the ship. I'm not really sure what they house. And here's a look at the back of the ship. You can see the German flag. You can also see a couple of lifeboats that they use. So this would probably be used as a patrol vessel for maybe law enforcement, catching smugglers, that type of thing, as well as for search and rescue. And just looking forward to see all the equipment on the deck. So there's a lot of cranes. And there's the ship's mast. And you can actually see into what I believe is the ship's galley over there. And this is interesting. This is probably a mannequin they use to practice search and rescue. So they just throw this out into the water and then basically use it for a man overboard drill or something like that. And you can see up there, there's even more lifeboats and cranes. So this ship is definitely well equipped with boats, probably used for interdiction and law enforcement. You can also hear the ship's engine, which is probably located right below this section of the ship. So we're about a third of the way from the aft of the ship. And there's some of the ship's antennas, and look up at the bridge. And just another shot of the bow of the ship. And you can actually see below the bridge there's another, what looks like a black stallion, so that would probably be the ship's insignia. And you can see the harbor. It's a really, really cloudy, cold day, so it's middle winter, well, middle of fall to winter, so it's November in Denmark. And this is the type of weather that you get.